In today's video, I'm going to be teaching you how the brand new Evo can make you coins for the next 20 days. So just before the video does start, a quick little ad on a trading service I offer over on Twitch for the cheapest trading guides out there for just £4, €4, all free with Amazon Prime. You'll receive daily trading and investing guides covering PlayStation, Xbox and PC with an array of methods covering all budgets. And I've been trading for over 10 years, making over 100 million in multiple different FIFAs, and now for the last 4 years I've made 10 million coins in just the first month. So in today's video I'm going to be teaching you guys a brand new trading method about how we can profit and trade with the brand new Evo backline to frontline, because this Evo has used loads and loads of different special cards, and as a result they've now become quite rare, and because they've become quite rare they've now become quite expensive, and because they've become quite expensive there is money to be made. So how are we going to go and make money? Well, the first thing we need to do is we need to identify the players that are being used for the Evo. So to do that, what we're going to do is we're going to click on evolutions. We're then going to go frontline to backline, which you can see is out for 20 days. So this method will literally work for 20 days. And then we're going to go to popular. Sorry, no, we're not. We're going to go to players. Now, obviously, gold cards are currently in supply, and because gold cards are currently in supply, they're less likely to go up and down, up and down, up and down, because they're actively packed, and therefore have a higher chance of going down than they do to go up and down. But special cards are quite rare, and as a result of being quite rare, they'll either be high or a little bit below high, or you even hit the jackpot and they go a little bit lower. So what I've done is, or how you do this method, is you go through these special cards one by one, identifying who's risen for this Evo and who hasn't risen. So let's go and give you guys a little bit of an example. There we go, just grabbing a few different players. I think that is all she wrote. Let's go and grab Wagner and Quattro. So we can see that there are cards, we'll go and find first off the cards that have gone extinct. So you can first off see that there are cards that have gone extinct. For example, we can look at the likes of Gabriel, and I mean, it's kind of weird, but we can see he's gone from 63k and now he's extinct to 85k. So that's a good player to trade with. We basically want to trade with players that are being used for the Evos. We can see that before the Evo he was 43k, he's now extinct at 70k. We can see that Julian Wirtz was 16k, isn't this now up to 30k. Bernardo, we can see, was going for, well, before the Evo came out, apparently he was going for 80k, currently going for 80k. We can look at DeMarcus, we can see DeMarcus before the Evo came out was 40k and is now 61k. So then what you want to do is proceed to go through every single special card, identifying which ones are used and which ones aren't used. Once you've identified which ones are used and which ones aren't used, you then want to go and add them to a concept squad. Now the reason for this is you could go through the market and search the players one by one, but because this game was coded by incompetent fools, the game will generally crash every 5 players you search. So we need to find a way of searching the market without actually searching the market. And the way we do that is we add concepts to a squad and then basically go through them one by one. So for example, we've got Hollingshead. And if I go over to Footbin and click on Hollingshead, we can see before the Evo, Hollingshead was 57k. We can see after the Evo, he was 83. So he's a good player for me to go and add to a concept. I then want to go and click on sales history just so I can know what does he really go up to. Well, I can see he sold at 85k, 85k. So now I know that he sells at 85k. We kind of want to win him about 15% cheaper. 10% cheaper, you know, you make 5% profit. So again, if we're going to say 15% cheaper, 8k is 10%, so we're going to want to win about 12k cheaper. So he sells at 84, we're going to try and win him at 72. And how we're going to try and win him at 72 is we're going to go and head over to his card on the concept. We're going to go and click on it, and then it'll either say search the market or compare price. And if that card is not 72k or below, I'm literally just going to go and leave it. So we went on a Badark earlier, and Badark has recently been going up to 50k. So again, if I want to go and win him 15% cheaper, that's going to be 7.5k less, which means we'll pay up to 42. We'll pay up to 42 and we'll sell him for 50. So again, what we're going to do is we're going to go compare price now. Again, oh, I tell you what, we'll take that. So I win him right there at 32 and he'll go and sell on for 50. I understand his card looks like trash, but you'd be surprised what sells on. In fact, I'm pretty sure we've just sold someone on, so this might be a good example of someone who looks trash but they sell on. There you go, Bissek looks trash but is generally selling on for 56k at the moment. So there is a perfect example of players don't have to look good to be selling for extortionate prices. And again, I went and picked all them Bisseks up for 36 earlier. So all I do is I go through the players one by one. So again, you go onto Footbin to identify the players. Once you've identified the players, you go through them one by one. Just clicking on search or market, and you're going to try and win them about 15% cheaper. I would normally now use this point to go and show you an example, but I mean we've literally just got an example, but this is again generally all you do. Now I've gone and found that there is generally, I tell you what, another great deal here. Shirkov, again, looks absolutely abysmal, and I'm self-aware of that, but again, I don't care, you know, if there's data that the card sells for more, who cares? Shirkov, let's see, 70k. Can we win him there? There you go. So he sold early this morning at 70k, sold last night at 70k, and then after the Evo came out, he had a few sales at 50. So I've just gone and won him right there for 40k, and we'll go and list them for about 50, 60k. Now, obviously, you've got to appreciate with these cards that the demand for them, there isn't necessarily someone buying him every hour. Because what I could probably show you now is that there's probably a fair few listings without him selling on. But what you have to appreciate is every now and again there is someone who wants to go and use him, which is why he gets sales at 70. Just that basically need to buy the cards and just keep listing them until they sell. But I mean, we've literally won Shirkov here at 40. We're going to go list them up for 70. If that sells on, that's a 25k profit. You won't see a easier 25k profit. Now, you might see a faster 25k profit, but not necessarily an easier 25k profit. So if you've now come across Niakite, this might be a great example of bidding on someone over buying them now. Let's go and grab Niakite. Niakite has sales of 120k this morning, 120k there, 95k there, 93k. So he's, I'll be honest with you, he probably sells for 120. Now let's say, for example, he sold for a little bit less. Another thing I do is I go and win these cards on bids. So let's say, for example, instead of saying he sells at 120, but I'd happily say he is going for 120. Let's say he goes for 95. So we want to go and win him 15% cheaper, which is about 15k cheaper. So we're going to go and bid 80k on him. So what we can do is we can use this market right here, bid 80. And there we go, we go and bid 80. And bidding does work because here are a bunch of players we won earlier, just literally this morning, bidding on these players. And the nice thing about this, because the Evo's out for 20 days, these players are going to hold nice value for 20 days. So Ranieri should be going up to around about 60. There you go, we can see we won him on bid for 50 earlier. Uberhoff, I believe, is getting towards that 30k mark. We picked him up for 25 in the anticipation to sell for 30. Osterminer sells for about 40, picked her up for 32. So again, you can see there's plenty of opportunities for both bidding and buying now. And again, you literally just keep on repeating this method. Now, to do this method, you do want to have a fair few coins because, you know, you've just got to be waiting for the cards to sell on, and they're not necessarily going to go and sell on instantly, but the profits are massive. It's just all about being patient, buying and selling the cards. And just a quick note about buying the actual extinct cards. Sadly, it's not really a play unless you mind having your coins locked up for 2 weeks. Now, why do I say 2 weeks? That's because that's how responsive EA are. So someone like Nicholas Jackson, for example, was extinct for one of the very early, I want to say it was FUT birthday Evos. And he went up to basically 85k. We can see that is the 18th of March. Now, he actually didn't receive a price range up until, I believe it was the 2nd of April. So you can see right here that EA are on a 2-week delay. And again, there's loads of cards that went extinct, but they decreased the price range because they're on a 2-week delay and they're reacting to stuff that was extinct 2 weeks ago. On top of that, by the way, there's even players who were extinct 2 weeks ago who they completely forgot to increase the price range. For example, Rulebreaker Matoma. Rulebreaker Matoma has literally been extinct since the 18th. They did a massive price range recall, even increasing this guy's price range by 25k. They didn't touch this guy's price range. Same with Correa, who's also still extinct at 30. And EA only increase price ranges every 5 to 7 days. So I don't really recommend buying the extinct players because EA's response time to increasing price ranges is abysmal. Unless they're going to go and change it anytime soon. Literally just, you sell the extinct players at max price. You can hold on to them for 2 weeks, but it's just pretty long, you know. And even then, you're not guaranteed to get a price range increase like we saw in Matoma. But that is about that. I do have a list of all like 60 cards with the buy and sell prices on my trading guide. But yeah, that was a filthy sellout. That's going to be that. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you guys tomorrow with a brand new video.